Good morning. Today I am going to represent the chapter NMR spectroscopy. I am Mr. Kokni Balaji Digambar. The theory of NMR spectroscopy. The NMR techniques that gives us the information about the number and types of atoms in a molecule. The nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy is the powerful analytical technique used to characterize the organic molecules by identifying the carbon hydrogen frameworks within the molecule. So that's why it is called nuclear magnetic resonance. The nucleus stands for in the nucleus, and magnetic strand means it involves the magnets, and resonance means in the resonance is in the nucleus. There are two main types of the NMR spectroscopy used to characterize the organic structure, that is H1 NMR, or it is called the PMR, and another one is the C13 NMR, which is used to determine the number of carbon atoms. The sources of energy in the NMR is the radio waves, which have the long wavelength and thus low energy and frequency. When a low energy radio wave interacts with the molecule, they can change the nuclear spin of certain atoms in presence of strong fields, including the H1 and C13. All the atoms contain the nuclei, and all nuclei contain the protons. Charge, in which some charged nuclei possess a spin on their own axis. Spin nuclei are those which contains either odd atomic number or the odd mass number. Here are given the some examples of having the odd atomic number or the odd mass number. Like examples are hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, phosphorus, and sulfur. The individual protons have the spin quantum number either a plus half or minus half. That is, hydrogen have the spin quantum number L is equal to plus 1 by 2 or minus 1 by 2. These spin states have the equal amount of energy in the absence of magnetic field. When a charged particle such as a proton spin ion on its axis, it creates a magnetic field. Thus, the nucleus can consider to be a tiny bar magnet. But when magnetic field is applied, the proton opposes the spin, and their own magnetic field align themselves either or opposite to the magnetic field. Uh, Example, H1 has plus 1 by 2 or minus 1 by 2 spin state. The proton H have this plus half spin states or minus half spin state as shown in the figure. These are the two spin tests. This is aligned with the applied field, aligned against the applied field. Stronger the applied magnetic field, greater will be the distance between the spin states. Each nucleus depends on the charge and mass as its own magnetic ratio. The precessional frequency may be defined as a resolution per second made by the magnetic moment vector of the nucleus around the external magnetic field. B. Alternatively, precessional frequency of spinning bar magnet may be defined as equal to the frequency of EMR, the energy required to bring the transition in NMR. So stronger the field, greater will be the tendency of the nucleus. The nuclear magnetic resonance is shown in the figure. The NMR is the phenomenon which occurs when those nuclei which are aligned with applied magnetic field are induced to absorb the energy and change their spin state to opposite state is called as a resonance. The proton positive charged particle generates a magnetic field on its axis with the same frequency as that of the applied magnetic field is called the precessional frequency. The frequency of precession is directly proportional to the field strength of applied field. If the precessional uh, nucleus is irradiated with the electromagnetic radiation of same frequency as that of the frequency of precessional nucleus. This is the diagram of absorbing RF radio causes the nucleus to spin flip. In the instrumentation of NMR spectrometer, there are following five sections. The first one is containing the magnet, second one is the sample holder, third one is the radio frequency generator, and fourth one is the detector. This is the sample that we have to put into this tube containing the DMSO solvent or DMF solvent. Here is the detector, here is the RF transmitter, and here we can see the peak of the given compound. The magnet, how the magnet we have to require in the NMR spectroscopy. Here is given for 100 megahertz. Mm, it will produce 23,500 Gauss. RF detector or receiver recorder, working of instrument. You can see here the how it can work the instrument for 60 megahertz solvents. There are main four types of solvents is used in the NMR spectrometer for dissolving the sample, that is DMSO, carbon tetrachloride, carbon disulfide, carbon trifluoride, and acetic acid. Internal standard. The TMS is used as an internal standard because it is chemically inert and miscible with a large range of the solvent. If 12 protons are all magnetically equivalent, its protons are highly shielded and gives a strong peak even small quantity. It is less electronegative than the carbon. It is highly volatile and can be easily removed to go back to the sample. It does not take part into the intermolecular association with the sample. Its resonance position is far away from absorption due to the protons in most of the organic solvent. Thus, signal of TMS is equal to 0. What is the chemical shift? The utility of NMR is that all protons do not show the resonance at the same frequency because it is surrounded by the particular number of valence electrons, which vary from one atom to the another. So exist in the slightly the different electronic environment from the one another. The position of the signal helps us to know the nature of the proton, that is aromatic, aliphatic, acetylic, vinylic, adjacent to the electron releasing or electron withdrawing group. Thus they absorb either different field strength. When molecule placed in the magnetic field, so it surrounded the electron circulates and generates the counter field, which opposes the applied magnetic field on the proton, so that the proton field by the proton is the field by the proton is reduced, and that proton is called the shielded proton. The rotation of the electrons to the nearby nuclei generates the field that can either opposes or strong the field on the protons. If the magnetic field is opposes the applied magnetic field on the proton, that proton said shielded protons, and if the field is strong, the applied field, then proton feels the higher magnetic field strength, and such protons is called a deshielded proton. So shielded protons shift the absorption signal to the right side upfield, and deshielded protons shift the absorption signal to the left side downfield of the spectrum. So electric environment surrounding the proton tells us where the protons show the absorption in spectrum. Such shifting in position of NMR absorption signal, which arises due to the shielding and de-shielding of the proton by surrounding electrons, are called as a chemical shift. This is the shielded nucleus, shielded and de-shielded protons in the molecules. The shielded nucleus, the nuclear feels a smaller resultant field. A large induced magnetic field is required. A de-shielded proton nucleus feels a large resultant field. A smaller induced magnetic field is required to flip the proton. So shielded proton shows absorption of the signal to the right side and de-shielded proton at the left side of the spectrum. The difference in the absorption position of the protons with respect to the TMS signal is called the chemical shift. Any proton or set of protons which absorbs at a lower field than TMS is given a positive value of del. The chemical shift is calculated by using the formula ppm del is equal to shift down field from TMS in Hertz divided by the spectrometer frequency in Hertz. Chemical shift depends upon the following three parameters, that is electronegativity of the nearby atom, hybridization of the adjacent atoms, dimagnetic effects from the adjacent pi bonds. Electronegativity. As the electronegativity is higher, then chemical shift will be the higher as shown in the figure. Here we can see the CH3 of molecule. Its electronegativity is 4. Its chemical shift is higher as compared to the other. Here we can see the chemical electronegativity of the following. When we go from top to bottom, electronegativity decreases, along with the chemical shift value also decreases. Hybridization of the adjacent atom. Hybridization also affects upon the value of chemical shift. When the bond is single bond, that is in the alkyl group, its value of chemical shift is in between zero point 0.8 to 1.7. When it is sp2 hybridized, then it is allylic protons shows the value of 1.6 to 2.6. When the molecule within the molecule there is sp hybridization like acetylenic, it shows the value in between 2 to 3. When it is disubstituted alkene, its value is 4.6. When the aldehyde group is present, then this proton shows the value in between 9 to 10, but it is not beyond the 10. It is in between the 9 to 10 only. Dimagnetic effects on the adjacent pi bonds. A carbon-carbon triple bond shields an acetylenic hydrogen and shifts its signal to the lower frequency to a smaller del value. Carbon-carbon double bond shields the vinylic hydrogens and shifts their signal to the higher to a large del value. Chemical shift value of the benzene. Here we can see the applied magnetic field and the induced magnetic field. The circulating electron creates the ring current. The electrons present in the benzene ring can create its own ring current. The induced magnetic field reinforces the external field in the vicinity of the protons. This is the applied magnetic field. The magnetic field same as in the acetylene, but here is the forces are in opposite directions. So acetylenic proton absorbs at upfield, downfield at 4.5 to 6.5. Protons are deshielded, means it is not shielded, it is deshielded. The induced magnetic field reinforces the external magnetic field B in the vicinity of the protons. Thus, protons are deshielded, so its value is at downfield. In the magnetic field, the pi electrons of a certain carbon-carbon bonds are induced to circulate, but in this case, induced magnetic field opposes the magnetic field. This is the type of the proton, benzene, alkene, and alkynes. In benzene, proton effect is highly shielded. Its value is 6.5 to 8. In deshielded alkene proton, its value is 4.5. In acetylene, it is shielded, its value is up to 2.5 to 2.9. Factors affecting the chemical shift. There are four factors which can affect the value of the chemical shift. First one is the inductive effect. Second one is the van der Waals deshielding. Third one is anisotropic effect. Fourth one is the hydrogen bonding. Spin splitting in the NMR spectrum. This is the equivalent and non-equivalent protons. Equivalent protons mean those protons which are present in the same environment. Here we can see that these three protons experience the same environment because these three protons are adjacent to the single chlorine atom. These two protons having the same environment, that is these two protons have on left side chlorine atom, on its right side it have the CH2Cl proton, means these two protons are equivalent, these two protons are also equivalent, means these four CH protons are chemically equivalent, no splitting is occur. Here is the same case, equivalent protons and non-equivalent protons. Here CH3 is having the only single peak because nearby this CH3 there is no carbon containing protons. Same is the case with CH3. On left side and right side the carbon present but that are not having any protons. Same is the case with this CH3. It cannot have the protons in the nearby carbon atom. That's why it is also the singlet. This is also the singlet. This is also the singlet one. Here we can see Ha and Hb are on the same carbon atom, and Ha and Hb are on the different or adjacent carbon atom. These both are having the different environment. Means these two protons are not equivalent to these two protons. Here we can see the peak. These Ha protons showing the triplet because here presence of Ha proton, it is nearby two protons, means this proton having the two nearby protons. By having the n plus 1 value, n means number of protons on the nearby carbon atoms. Nearby carbon atoms have the two protons, means n value is 2 plus 1 means 3, means this proton can split into the three peaks. Now we can see about these two protons. These two protons have the nearby one proton. By n plus n value is 1 and 1 plus 1 means 2, means for these two protons we obtain the doublet peak. Here we can see the some of the examples. The peak may be of singlet, doublet, triplet, quartet or multiplet depending upon the nearby protons present. How the doublet arises, we can see here in this diagram. How the triplet signal is arises, we can see from this diagram. Doublet and triplet, how we can see in this diagram. How quartet signal is observed. Here we can see the quartet signal in the last figure. Signal splitting by n plus 1 rule. In the NMR spectrum, all equivalent protons do not appear as a single peak. Example 1, 1, 2 tribromoethane, which has the two types of the equivalent protons, thus it shows two peaks in the NMR spectrum. Here is the example. Here are vicinal protons. These protons are having the on same carbon atom two bromine atom. On its adjacent carbon atom, they are having the two protons and one bromine atom. Means this proton is different from these two protons. Means these two protons are equivalent because they are having the same environment, and this single proton is adjacent to these two protons, means these two protons appears as a doublet and this single proton appears as a triplet by n plus 1 rule. Another example we can see 1, 1 dichloroethane. Here are two types of the peaks. One peak is for CH3. Nearby CH3 there are one proton by n plus 1 rule. N value for is 1, 1 plus 1 means doublet. CH3 shows the doublet and CH proton shows the quartet because n value for CH3 is 3. 3 plus 1 means 4. 4 means it shows the quartet. CH3 shows the doublet peak and CH shows the quartet peak. H1 NMR structure determination. Here we can see in the diagram. By using the diagram we can determine the structure. Use the integration data to determine the number of hydrogen atoms giving rise to each signal. Use individual splitting pattern to determine what carbon atoms are bonded to each other. Use chemical shift data to complete the structure. Then there are some of the applications. There are nearby 6 applications. First one is the identification of the structural isomers. Second application is the detection of the hydrogen bonding. Third application is the detection of the aromaticity. Fourth one is the distinction between the cis and trans isomers of the conformers. And next one is the detection of the electronegative atoms of the groups. Detection of the some double bonds character due to the resonance. There are some of the reference books that we have used, that is Y.R. Sharma. Second one is the P.S. Kalsi, and third one book is the Vijay Ghosh and Snehal. Thank you very much. If you have any queries, you can subscribe my channel. I will mm, solve your all the difficulties for another IR and UV spectroscopy. We can subscribe my channel, Degree Students channel.